Hi guys, Brandon here from Rider UK. Today I'm really excited because the kind people at Airvest.co.uk have sent me the Helite Turtle 2 Airvest to review. Now this is a product that's designed to inflate like an airbag if you get into a crash, which will protect your neck, your back and your thorax. So what we'll do, we'll get into the box, see what it comes with, talk about some of the features and a little bit about how it works, and then we'll go for a ride with it on and talk about how it feels when you're riding. Let's do this. Okay, so straight out of the box we can see the Airvest itself, some promotional material, a spare 60cc canister which is appropriate for this size vest. We've got the lanyard which clips into your vest and connects to your bike, and then we've got the user guide with a hex key, and I'll explain why that's included in just a moment. Let's take a closer look at this vest. So if we take a look at the lanyard, we can see that this is the end you'll be attaching to your motorcycle. It's got a little bit of spring to it, and then you just clip it in to your vest like a seatbelt. Now that clip is actually connected to the inflation device which is housed in here. We'll take a look at that in a second. You can see your 3 fastening straps which are all adjustable. You've got retroreflective stripes to increase your night visibility, as well as this super brightly coloured Hi-Vis colour. This material is waterproof, so it can be out in the rain without being damaged. You can also wash it with baby wipes or lightly in the shower. Just be careful not to get this device overly wet. You've got this additional pocket which you didn't have on the Turtle 1 model, and that gives you an extra bit of space for some storage. If we take a look inside, you've got this soft neoprene collar for enhanced comfort, and then this interior textile 3D mesh which keeps you ventilated and allows for better airflow. So we'll turn it over and have a look at the back. So the two things we'll look at the back of the vest are the fabric that the whole vest is actually made of, which is 600D Cordura, which is a premium material designed to be abrasion resistant. The second is that level 2 back protector, which serves two purposes: to absorb impact and to protect the air channels which inflate from abrasion. Okay, so ordinarily the clip is connected to the lanyard through this slit in the material, but for the sake of this explanation I've connected it on the inside. Now when enough pressure, which is about 30 kilograms of pressure, is applied to this ball bearing, it will pull it out of the recess. On the other side of the recess is the piston, and there's a spring in the housing. So when the ball bearing comes out, the spring will thrust the piston toward the cartridge, and there's a needle on the end of the piston which pierces the cartridge, and that inflates the vest. Now they are reusable, and if you wanted to replace the cartridge, you would take off the old one and dispose of that. Then you would undo the housing with that hex key we saw that came with the user's guide, and that would allow enough slack in the spring so that you could push the piston back and reposition the recess so you could put the ball bearing in, and you would hold the ball bearing in while you tightened in the housing with that hex key. And then finally, as long as the piston is secured in that spot, you would put on your new cartridge and tighten it up so that it will be ready for your next use. Okay guys, we're going to take the vest out for a ride, but first we're going to fit the lanyard to the bike. They recommend to attach it to the bike frame, but no lower than the seat. So if you could take off the seat, you could also attach it to the frame just under here. But we're going to attach it to this middle part of the frame. Also remember that the clip on the vest is on the right side, so if you put the lanyard on the right side, you'll give yourself more slack to play with. So make sure it's nice and tight, it's secure, got plenty of room for it to come around and clip to the vest. That's how we do it. Close it up. Okay, so there are 3 main points I want to make about this vest. The first is that it works with your existing gear. So today was a cold day, I have lots of layers on, got my jacket, and it slipped right over it. It's a nice snug fit. I could have adjusted the straps had I wanted to, but I didn't need to. And honestly, it couldn't have been simpler to put on. I'll demonstrate that in a bit. I'll pull over to a quiet spot so you can see just how quick it is. There's no faff clipping yourself in like a seatbelt. I mean, we're talking about seconds and adding ample safety to your ride. So that's the first point. The second point is this bright color and how it stands out on the road. I feel like I'm so much more visible than I am in just my black leather jacket. I've got the bright Hi-Vis yellow, and I've also got these reflective stripes. So if I was riding at night, I would definitely be seen on the road by other road users. Now the third and the final point that I would make is how I feel free to move around. I'm not restricted in my movements. I have a full range. From my legs, from my arms, my neck, across my shoulders and my back, I feel like I can move around and do as I please. There's no uncomfortable tightness, and definitely no limitations to the way I'm moving around, even below the waist. I mean, I'm clipped on to the bike, but I don't feel as though I can't move around if I want to, shift my seating position. There's just no restriction whatsoever. So now I'll demonstrate how quick and easy it is to put the Airvest on. Fits right over your existing gear, and even with cold hands, fastens up in a matter of seconds. So now I'm good to go. Once you jump on the bike, you clip it in. I'll demonstrate that now. We're finished. So, after riding around for a few hours with the Helite Turtle 2 Airvest, I'm pretty sure of the things that I do and I don't like about it. So we'll get into the cons now, and we'll move to the pros in a second. The first thing that I didn't like was the little pocket on the front. I don't think it really served any purpose or added any value to the vest. It's very small and I don't know what you would keep in it. If you know what you would keep in it, let me know in the comments section below, because I'd be curious to know. The second thing that I didn't like was the price tag. It's just over 500 quid, which is a bit steep, but then again, if it saves your life, can you put a price on that? I don't know, that's really up to you. And the third and final thing that I didn't like, or just wouldn't be my go-to, was the style, because of the Hi-Vis yellow. And there is a way around this, because they actually make leather jackets and touring jackets with the same inflation mechanism in them. So if you visit airvest.co.uk, you can find different styles that might actually please you a little bit more. Okay, so if we're going to get into some of the pros and the more positive features about this vest, I would say that it's CE certified. It's got that level 2 back protector, which is keeping you protected from impact, but it's also protecting the air channels from abrasion if you do hit the deck. You've got that 600D Cordura premium material, and that's tested to be abrasive resistant up to 150 miles per hour. So this is a quality product. It's made of strong materials and safety comes first. So on that point, I would say if you did like that Hi-Vis yellow and you're a commuter, that does add to your road presence too. And you've got those retro reflective stripes for night visibility. So those are definitely two pros there too. If you think about some of the things I said while I was wearing it, it was really lightweight. It didn't restrict any of my movements. There was no tightness, no fatigue being added or strain while I was riding. It was basically unnoticeable. So if you want to find out a few more of the pros and some of the other features and decide for yourself, you can read the full written review on rideruk.com. So, what's the verdict? Well, I know £500 can be a lot of money to part with, but if you think about the technology and the materials that have gone into making this product, plus the fact that it could save your life, it kind of becomes priceless. So for me, this is a product definitely worth having. At this point, I'd like to thank the people at airvest.co.uk for sending me the Helite Turtle 2 Airvest to review. If you'd like to check out their other jackets, like the leather ones or the touring ones I was talking about, or just buy some replacement cartridges for a vest you might already own, visit their website. I'll link it in the comments below. That just leaves one thing for me to say, and that's I've been Brandon on behalf of Rider UK. Until the next time, keep it real and keep it 2 wheels.